First contact and cultural exchange. The Starship Odyssey drifted silently through the inky void of space, its sleek hull gleaming under the light of distant stars. Captain Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the viewscreen before her. A massive alien vessel loomed ahead, its organic curves and pulsating bioluminescence a stark contrast to the utilitarian design of human ships. Status report, Elena commanded, her voice steady despite the tension in the air. Lieutenant Commander Akira Tanaka's fingers danced across his console. The Zephyrians are hailing us, Captain. They're requesting permission to establish a direct neural link for communication. Elena nodded, a hint of excitement breaking through her professional demeanor. Prepare the neural interface. It's time we got to know our new galactic neighbors. As the crew bustled around her, making final preparations, Elena couldn't help but marvel at how far humanity had come. Just a decade ago, the idea of faster-than-light travel had been nothing more than a dream. Now, here they were, about to make first contact with an advanced alien civilization. The neural link hummed to life, and Elena felt a strange tingling at the base of her skull. Suddenly, her mind was flooded with a cacophony of colors, scents, and emotions. It took all her training not to be overwhelmed by the alien consciousness reaching out to her. Greetings, humans of the Starship Odyssey, a melodious voice echoed in her thoughts. We are the Zephyrians, and we welcome you to the galactic community. Elena took a deep breath, focusing her thoughts to respond. On behalf of Earth and all of humanity, we thank you for your warm welcome. We come in peace and with a desire to learn and share knowledge. As the conversation continued, Elena learned that the Zephyrians were a highly advanced species, having mastered technologies that humans had only dreamed of. They were a peaceful race, dedicated to scientific pursuits and the preservation of life throughout the galaxy. Over the next few weeks, the crew of the Odyssey and the Zephyrians engaged in a whirlwind of cultural exchange. Human scientists marveled at Zephyrian biotechnology, while the aliens were fascinated by human art, music, and literature. Dr. Samantha Chen, the ship's ganobiologist, found herself spending long hours in the Zephyrian laboratories, studying their unique physiology. The Zephyrians possessed the ability to manipulate their own genetic structure, adapting to new environments with ease. It's incredible, Samantha explained to Elena during one of their daily briefings. Their genetic flexibility allows them to survive in environments that would be lethal to us, but they're amazed by our cognitive adaptability, our ability to problem solve and think creatively in ways they've never encountered. As the days passed, a genuine friendship began to blossom between the two species. The Zephyrians were particularly intrigued by human celebrations and rituals, asking endless questions about birthdays, weddings, and holidays. One evening, as Elena was sharing a meal with Zorax, the Zephyrian ambassador, she noticed the aliens' bioluminescent patterns shifting in what she had come to recognize as excitement. Captain Rodriguez, Zorax began, their voice a symphony of harmonics in Elena's mind. We have been deeply moved by your people's capacity for joy and celebration. In our culture, we mark the passage of time, but we have never experienced anything quite like a human birthday party. Elena smiled, remembering the raucous celebration the crew had thrown for Ensign Maria Gonzalez just a week prior. The Zephyrians had watched in fascination as the humans sang, danced, and shared cake. Birthdays are special to us, Elena explained. They're a way to show someone how much we care about them and to celebrate their life and growth. Zorax's skin rippled with a pattern that Elena had learned to associate with deep thought. We have been discussing this concept among our people, and we have come to a decision. We would like to host a birthday celebration for one of our own, in the human style. Elena's eyebrows shot up in surprise. That's wonderful. We'd be honored to help you plan and celebrate. Who's the lucky Zephyrian? Our youngest crew member, Maira, Zorax replied. She has just completed her first full cycle around our home star since joining our expedition. We believe this would be an excellent opportunity to deepen our cultural understanding and strengthen the bonds between our peoples. As Elena listened to Zorak's proposal, her mind raced with the possibilities. This wasn't just a party. It was a chance to forge a lasting connection between humans and Zephyrians. The success or failure of this celebration could have far-reaching consequences for future diplomatic relations. "We would be delighted to help you celebrate Maira's birthday," Elena said, her voice filled with warmth. "Let's make it an event that neither of our species will ever forget." As the meeting concluded and Elena made her way back to her quarters, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and trepidation. Organizing a birthday party for an alien child was uncharted territory, filled with potential pitfalls and misunderstandings. But it was also an unprecedented opportunity for cultural exchange and friendship. Little did Elena know that this seemingly simple celebration would set in motion a series of events that would test the limits of human ingenuity, challenge the bonds of their newfound friendship, and ultimately showcase the very best of what humanity had to offer to the galactic community. As she drifted off to sleep that night, Elena's dreams were filled with images of humans and Zephyrians laughing together, sharing in the joy of celebration, and taking the first steps towards a future where the stars themselves were the limit of what they could achieve together. The Interstellar Birthday Extravaganza. Captain Elena Rodriguez stood before the holographic display, her eyes darting between the swirling galaxy map and the anxious faces of her crew. The Odyssey's mission had taken an unexpected turn, and now they faced a challenge unlike any in human history: planning an intergalactic birthday party for a young Zephyrian named Maira. "All right, team," Elena began, her voice resonating with determination. "We're about to embark on the most unconventional diplomatic mission ever attempted. Operation Starburst is a go." Lieutenant Commander Akira Tanaka raised an eyebrow. "Starburst, Captain." Elena grinned. "Because we're about to light up the cosmos with the biggest, boldest birthday bash this side of the Milky Way." The crew chuckled, tension easing from their shoulders. Dr. Samantha Chen, the xenobiologist, stepped forward, her tablet displaying a dizzying array of alien biochemistry charts. "I've been analyzing Zephyrian physiology," she reported. "Their sensory perception is off the charts. We need to create an experience that will blow their minds, literally. Their neural pathways can handle sensory input that would overload a human brain." Elena nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "So, we're talking about a multi-dimensional sensory extravaganza. I like it. What else?" Ensign Raj Patel, the ship's cultural liaison, cleared his throat. "I've been diving deep into Zephyrian lore. They have this concept called cosmic resonance, the idea that every being's life story creates ripples in the fabric of space-time. What if we could visualize Maira's ripples as part of the celebration?" "Brilliant," Elena exclaimed. "We could use our quantum entanglement projectors to create a visual representation of Maira's impact on the universe. It's scientific, cultural, and deeply personal all at once." As the brainstorming session continued, ideas flew faster than photon torpedoes. Chief Engineer Zoe Blackwell suggested using modified terraforming technology to create a miniature, ever-changing landscape for the party. Security Officer Marcus Graves proposed a virtual reality game that would allow guests to experience moments from Maira's life from her perspective. Amidst the excitement, a quiet voice spoke up. All eyes turned to Ensign Maria Gonzalez, the youngest member of the crew. "What about the cake?" she asked. "It's not a birthday without cake." A hush fell over the room as the enormity of the challenge sank in. Creating a cake that was both safe and delicious for two vastly different species seemed like an impossible task. Elena's eyes lit up with that familiar spark of human determination. "Now that's the kind of problem-solving I like to see. Samantha, work with our nutritionists and the Zephyrian biological team. I want a cake that'll make both species' taste buds sing without causing any interstellar incidents." As the meeting adjourned, Elena couldn't help but feel a swell of pride. This was humanity at its finest, facing the unknown with creativity, compassion, and an indomitable spirit. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of activity. The Odyssey's fabrication labs worked overtime, producing custom-designed party favors that integrated human and Zephyrian aesthetics. The ship's AIA, composed a unique symphony that harmonized human music with the complex tonal structures of Zephyrian songs. Meanwhile, on the Zephyrian ship, preparations were equally intense. Zorvax and their crew threw themselves into learning human party games, practicing everything from pin the tail on the donkey to elaborate scavenger hunts that spanned both vessels. As the big day approached, an unexpected complication arose. A massive ion storm was heading towards their sector, threatening to disrupt communications and potentially force them to postpone the celebration. Elena called an emergency meeting with Zorax. "We could move to a safer sector," she suggested, "but we'd lose the backdrop of the Horsehead Nebula that we planned for the party." Zorax's bioluminescent patterns swirled with concern. "Maira has been looking forward to seeing the nebula. It holds great significance in our culture. To miss it would be disappointing." Elena's jaw set with determination. "Then we stay. Humanity has a long history of weathering storms, literal and figurative. We'll find a way to make this work." She turned to her crew. "Zoe, I want you to reconfigure our shields to create a bubble of calm space around both ships. Marcus, work with the Zephyrian security team to establish emergency protocols, just in case. Akira, plot a course that'll give us the best view of the nebula while minimizing our exposure to the storm." As the crew sprang into action, Elena felt a familiar rush of adrenaline. This was what humans did best, facing adversity head-on, adapting, and turning challenges into triumphs. The day of the party arrived, and with it, the ion storm. The combined human-Zephyrian fleet hung in space, an island of celebration in a sea of swirling energy. As Maira and her family boarded the Odyssey, their eyes widened in wonder. The ship's main hangar had been transformed into a wonderland of light and sound. Holographic displays showcased scenes from both Earth and the Zephyrian homeworld. In the center, a massive cake stood proudly, a culinary marvel that incorporated elements safe and delicious for both species. As Maira stepped into the party, the quantum entanglement projectors sprang to life. The young Zephyrian gasped as she saw her life's journey mapped out in shimmering lines of light, each decision and interaction creating complex patterns in the fabric of spacetime. Elena watched as humans and Zephyrians mingled, playing games, sharing stories, and marveling at the spectacular view of the Horsehead Nebula, visible through the hangar's force field windows. The ion storm raged around them, but inside their bubble of science and celebration, two species were forging bonds stronger than any cosmic tempest. As Maira prepared to blow out her candles, a human tradition the Zephyrians had enthusiastically adopted, Elena caught Zorax's eye. The alien's skin was pulsing with patterns she now recognized as joy and gratitude. In that moment, Elena knew that they had achieved something truly remarkable. This wasn't just a birthday party, it was a testament to the power of human creativity, adaptability, and spirit. It was proof that even in the vast, often daunting expanse of the cosmos, humanity could not only survive but thrive, building bridges across the stars and turning the unknown into cause for celebration. As the candles flickered out and cheers erupted from both humans and Zephyrians, Elena smiled. Whatever challenges the universe might throw at them next, she knew that together, they were ready to face them with science, diplomacy, and maybe just a touch of interstellar party planning. Quantum quests and cosmic challenges. As the echoes of Maira's birthday celebration faded, Captain Elena Rodriguez found herself facing an unexpected crisis. The intense ion storm that had threatened to disrupt the party had left behind a quantum anomaly, a tear in the fabric of spacetime itself. Status report. Elena barked, her eyes fixed on the swerving vortex visible through the Odyssey's main view screen. Dr. Samantha Chen's fingers flew across her console. Captain, we're detecting massive fluctuations in the quantum field. This anomaly is unlike anything we've ever encountered. It's rewriting the laws of physics in its vicinity. Zorax, who had remained aboard the Odyssey to assist with post-celebration cleanup, stepped forward. Their bioluminescent patterns pulsed with a mix of fascination and concern. In all our centuries of space exploration, we Zephyrians have never witnessed such a phenomenon. This could be the discovery of the millennium. Elena's mind raced. This wasn't just a scientific curiosity. It was a potential threat to both fleets and possibly to the entire sector. But it was also an unprecedented opportunity for discovery. "All right, people," she announced, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "We're initiating Operation Quantum Leap. Our mission: to study this anomaly, contain its effects, and hopefully learn something that will benefit both our species." As the crew sprang into action, Elena couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. This was humanity at its best, facing the unknown with a mix of caution and unbridled curiosity. Chief Engineer Zoe Blackwell approached, her usual confident grin replaced by a look of intense concentration. "Captain, I have an idea. It's risky, but it might just work. We could modify our deflector dish to emit a tachyon pulse, creating a temporary bridge into the anomaly. It would allow us to send in probes without risking our ships." "Make it happen," Elena nodded. "But we'll need more than just data. We need eyes in there." Lieutenant Commander Akira Tanaka stepped up, his face lit with excitement. "What about the VR rigs we used for Maira's party? We could link them to the probes, allowing us to experience the anomaly firsthand, virtually." Elena's eyes sparkled. "Brilliant. Akira, work with Zoe to make it happen. I want every department involved in this. We're not just exploring space anymore, we're exploring the very foundations of reality itself." As the preparations began, a new challenge emerged. The anomaly was growing, its quantum fluctuations threatening to engulf both the human and Zephyrian fleets. "We need to buy more time," Elena muttered, her brow furrowed in concentration. Suddenly, her head snapped up. "The cake." "Excuse me, Captain." Zorax tilted their head in confusion. "The birthday cake we created," Elena explained, excitement building in her voice. "It was a marvel of xenobiochemistry, combining elements safe for both our species. What if we could use that same principle to create a quantum stabilizer, something that could interact with both normal space and the laws of physics inside the anomaly?" Dr. Chen's eyes widened. "It's crazy, but it just might work. We'd need to repurpose the ship's matter sequences, maybe even tap into the Zephyrians' biotech." "Do it," Elena commanded. "Zorax, we'll need your team's expertise. This is going to take everything we've got." What followed was a frenzy of activity unlike anything either species had experienced before. Humans and Zephyrians worked side by side, combining cutting-edge technology with theories that pushed the boundaries of known science. Ensign Raj Patel, drawing on his knowledge of Zephyrian culture, suggested incorporating elements of their cosmic resonance concept into the quantum stabilizer's design. The result was a device that didn't just interact with the anomaly, it seemed to communicate with it on a fundamental level. As the anomaly continued to grow, Elena made a bold decision. "We're going in," she announced. "Prepare a shuttle. We'll deploy the stabilizer from inside the anomaly itself." The shuttle bay was a flurry of activity as the team made final preparations. Elena, Dr. Chen, Zoe, and Zorax would form the core team, venturing into the unknown. As they boarded the shuttle, Elena turned to her crew. "Whatever happens in there, remember this: we're making history. Not just for humanity, not just for the Zephyrians, but for all sentient life in the galaxy. Let's show the universe what we can do when we work together." The shuttle detached from the Odyssey, gliding towards the swirling maw of the anomaly. As they crossed the threshold, reality itself seemed to warp and twist around them. Inside the anomaly, they found a realm beyond imagination. Time flowed in multiple directions simultaneously. Cause and effect became meaningless concepts. They witnessed the birth and death of stars in the span of heartbeats, saw civilizations rise and fall in the blink of an eye. Through it all, the team worked tirelessly, They deployed the quantum stabilizer, using their combined knowledge and ingenuity to anchor it in this realm of chaos. As the device activated, a wave of energy pulsed outward. The anomaly began to shrink, its wild fluctuations settling into a stable pattern. But their mission wasn't over. The anomaly had left behind something extraordinary, a library of knowledge encoded in the very fabric of subspace. It contained information about the nature of reality itself, insights that could revolutionize both human and Zephyrian science. As they began the arduous task of deciphering this cosmic codex, Elena realized that they had achieved something far greater than they had set out to do. They had not only saved their fleets and potentially the sector, but they had also opened the door to a new era of scientific discovery and interspecies cooperation. The shuttle returned to the Odyssey, carrying with it not just the team, but the hopes and dreams of two civilizations. As they stepped onto the deck, they were greeted by thunderous applause from both humans and Zephyrians. Elena looked around at the sea of faces, human and alien, united in their quest for knowledge and their triumph over the impossible. She smiled, knowing that this was just the beginning. "Well done, everyone," she said, her voice carrying across the suddenly silent deck. "Today, we've written a new chapter in the story of the cosmos. Together, we've proven that there's no challenge too great, no mystery too deep, when we combine our strengths and face the unknown as one." As the celebration began anew, Elena couldn't help but think that this moment of unity, of shared accomplishment and wonder, was the true birthday gift, not just for Maira, but for the entire galactic community. The universe, it seemed, had many more surprises in store for them, and together, they were ready to face them all. The Nexus Protocol. The Odyssey's mess hall buzzed with excitement as Captain Elena Rodriguez addressed the assembled crew and their Zephyrian allies. Holographic displays flickered around them, showcasing the mind-bending data they'd retrieved from the quantum anomaly. "Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed Zephyrians," Elena began, her voice carrying a mix of excitement and gravitas. "What we've discovered goes beyond anything we could have imagined. We're calling it the Nexus Protocol." Dr. Samantha Chen stepped forward, her eyes gleaming with the fervor of scientific breakthrough. "The Nexus Protocol isn't just a set of data, it's a blueprint for manipulating the fundamental forces of the universe. With this, we could revolutionize everything from energy production to faster-than-light travel." A murmur of awe rippled through the crowd. Zorax, the Zephyrian ambassador, raised a tentacle. "But surely, such power comes with great risk. How can we ensure it's used responsibly?" Elena nodded, her expression serious. "That's why we're here. The Nexus Protocol is too big for any one species to control. We propose a joint human-Zephyrian task force to study and implement these discoveries. Together, we'll usher in a new age of cosmic exploration and understanding." As the crew dispersed to begin their new assignments, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the precipice of something monumental. The Nexus Protocol wasn't just a scientific discovery, it was a paradigm shift that would reshape the galaxy. Weeks passed in a flurry of activity. The Odyssey and the Zephyrian flagship, now christened the Harmony, worked in tandem to unravel the mysteries of the Nexus Protocol. But as they delved deeper, they encountered a problem that threatened to unravel everything they'd achieved. "Captain, we've hit a roadblock," Chief Engineer Zoe Blackwell reported, frustration evident in her voice. "There's a key component of the Nexus Protocol that we can't seem to activate. It's like it's waiting for something." Elena frowned, studying the holographic representation of the problematic algorithm. "What about the Zephyrians? Have they had any luck?" Zoe shook her head. "They're as stumped as we are. Whatever this is, it requires something neither of our species possesses." As if on cue, the ship's ARA chimed in. "Captain, I've detected an unusual signal emanating from a nearby star system. It resonates with the inactive portion of the Nexus Protocol." Elena's eyes widened. "Plot a course, ARIA. Whatever's out there might be the key to unlocking this mystery." The journey to the source of the signal was tense. Both the Odyssey and the Harmony traveled in formation, their crews working around the clock to prepare for whatever they might encounter. As they entered the star system, they were greeted by a sight that left even the most seasoned space travelers speechless. Orbiting a binary star was a massive structure, a Dyson sphere, but unlike any they had ever conceived of. "It's alive," Dr. Chen whispered, her instruments going haywire. "The entire structure is one enormous, sentient being." Before they could process this revelation, a beam of energy lanced out from the Dyson sphere, enveloping both ships. But instead of harm, it brought enlightenment. In an instant, every crew member, human and Zephyrian alike, was filled with knowledge beyond their wildest dreams. "Greetings, young ones," a voice resonated in their minds. "We are the architects, guardians of the cosmic framework. You have taken the first steps towards joining us in shuffling the very fabric of reality." Elena stepped forward, her mind reeling but her voice steady. "We're honored, architects, but why us? Why now?" The response came not in words, but in a flood of images and emotions. The architects were ancient beyond measure, having watched galaxies born and die. But they were growing weary, and the universe needed new caretakers. The Nexus Protocol, Elena realized aloud, it wasn't just a discovery, it was a test. Indeed, the architects confirmed. A test to find species worthy of wielding the power to shake reality itself. Together, your two young races have demonstrated the potential to use this power wisely. What followed was a crash course in cosmic stewardship unlike anything in recorded history. The architects shared knowledge accumulated over eons, the secrets of manipulating dark energy, the art of cultivating young universes, and the responsibility of guiding evolving consciousnesses across the multiverse. As the knowledge settled, Elena and Zorax found themselves faced with an unimaginable choice. The architects were offering them a chance to ascend, to join their ranks as cosmic guardians. But it would mean leaving behind everything they knew. "We can't make this decision alone," Elena said, turning to her crew and their Zephyrian counterparts. "This affects not just us, but every living being in our galaxies." Zorax nodded, their bioluminescent patterns swirling with complex emotions. "We must return, share what we've learned, and let our peoples decide together." The journey back was one of profound contemplation. Humans and Zephyrians alike grappled with the implications of what they discovered. They were no longer just explorers of the cosmos, they were potential shapers of it. As they approached their home sectors, Elena gazed out at the star-studded expanse. "You know," she said to Zorax, who stood beside her on the bridge, "when we started this journey, we were celebrating a birthday. One small moment in the life of one individual." Zorax's skin rippled with understanding. "And now we stand at the threshold of rebirth for entire civilizations." Elena nodded, a smile playing on her lips. "Whatever we decide, whatever comes next, we face it together. Not as humans and Zephyrians, but as cosmic citizens, united in our quest to understand and nurture the universe itself." As the Odyssey and the Harmony departed for their respective homeworlds, carrying with them knowledge that would reshape the destiny of countless beings, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. They had set out to explore strange new worlds, but in the end, they had discovered something far greater, the limitless potential within themselves and the profound interconnectedness of all things. The future that awaited them was uncertain, filled with challenges and wonders beyond imagination. But as long as they faced it together, with curiosity, compassion, and courage, Elena knew that they could accomplish anything. The true Odyssey, it seemed, was just beginning. The cosmic confluence, the Grand Assembly Hall of the United Galactic Council, buzzed with an energy unlike anything seen in millennia. Representatives from thousands of species filled the vast chamber, their diverse forms a testament to the rich tapestry of life in the universe. At the center of it all stood Captain Elena Rodriguez and Ambassador Zorax, their presence a symbol of the unprecedented alliance between humans and Zephyrians. Members of the council, Elena began, her voice carried by advanced acoustics to every corner of the hall. What we're about to share will reshape our understanding of existence itself. Zorax's bioluminescent patterns pulsed in harmony with Elena's words as they jointly activated a holographic display. The image that materialized left the assembly in awe, a three-dimensional representation of the Nexus Protocol, interwoven with the knowledge bestowed by the architects. Multiversal bridging, the power to open stable gateways between parallel universes, exponentially expanding the frontier of exploration. Sentient star systems, the capability to imbue entire solar systems with collective consciousness, creating vast, living entities that could serve as cosmic guardians. As the implications sank in, a hush fell over the assembly. The power they now wielded was godlike, and with it came a responsibility that weighed heavily on every being present. Elder Silith, a member of an ancient silicon-based species, floated forward. In all my eons, I have never witnessed such potential for growth or destruction. How can we ensure this power is not misused? Elena stepped forward, her eyes shining with determination. That's why we're here. The architects didn't just give us knowledge, they gave us a choice. We can ascend, becoming cosmic guardians ourselves, or we can use this knowledge to elevate all sentient life in the galaxy. Zorax continued, we propose the formation of the Cosmic Concordat, a union of all willing species, dedicated to the responsible use and development of this knowledge for the benefit of all. The proposal sparked a debate that lasted for days. Species that had been at war for generations found common ground in the face of this cosmic revelation. Ancient rivalries dissolved as the true scale of their new potential became clear. As the deliberations continued, Elena and Zorax worked tirelessly, demonstrating the practical applications of the cosmic confluence. They used quantum terraforming to restore a dying world, bringing joy to billions. They established a multiversal bridge, reuniting species with alternate versions of lost loved ones. They even initiated the birth of a sentient star system, which joined the council debates as a newborn cosmic entity, offering perspectives that spanned eons in mere moments. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of discussion, a consensus was reached. The Cosmic Concordat would be established, with every member species having an equal voice in how this new power would be wielded. As Elena and Zorax stood before the council to ratify the agreement, a strange energy began to fill the chamber. The air shimmered with possibilities, and for a brief moment, every being present could sense the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate web of reality that bound them all together. In that moment of universal clarity, a miracle occurred. The collective consciousness of every species present resonated in perfect harmony. The power of the cosmic confluence, amplified by the unity of countless minds, triggered a transformation beyond anything the architects had foreseen. The entire galactic supercluster began to shift, stars and planets moving in a cosmic dance. But instead of chaos, there was purpose. Under the guidance of the United Species, reality itself was being reshaped. As the transformation completed, Elena and Zorax found themselves standing on the bridge of a ship unlike any other, a living vessel that was both part of and separate from the new cosmic structure around them. Welcome, a voice echoed in their minds, to the dawn of unity. The view outside was breathtaking. The galaxies had merged into a vast, interconnected network of stars and worlds. Distance had become meaningless, with every point in this new cosmic megastructure instantly accessible to all. But the true wonder lay in the connection they now felt. Every being, from the smallest microorganism to the grandest celestial entity, was now part of a universal consciousness. Individuality remained, but it was enhanced by the collective knowledge and experience of countless lifetimes. As Elena and Zorax marveled at what they had helped create, they realized that their journey had come full circle. What had begun as a simple birthday celebration had led to the birth of a new form of existence, one where the boundaries between species, between organic and inorganic, between past and future had dissolved. The cosmic confluence had not just reshaped the galaxy, it had rewritten the very nature of life itself, and as the newly unified consciousness of countless beings reached out to touch the very edges of the universe, Elena and Zorax knew that their greatest adventure was just beginning. In this new reality, every moment was a celebration of existence, every discovery a shared joy, and every challenge an opportunity for growth. The birthday party that had started it all now seemed like a distant dream, but its spirit, the joy of coming together, of sharing experiences, of growing and learning, now permeated the very fabric of the cosmos. As the dawn of unity set sail into the infinite possibilities that lay before them, Elena and Zorax shed a glance of profound understanding. They had not just explored strange new worlds, they had become the architects of a strange new reality. And in this reality, the power of friendship, curiosity, and unity would light the way through the grandest adventure of all, the ever-unfolding story of existence itself.